A lot of people have been asking me on stream what tactics I'm using. It's so early in the game. I'm going to be honest. If you click on any other video that's saying this is the best tactics in the game, they're flat out lying to you. Nobody actually knows much about the game, and we're still figuring out a lot of meta stuff. I've already played like probably 40 games, and there's still a lot of stuff I don't know. I will probably be able to provide you the most meta formation, in my opinion, in probably a week's time, since Pro Ladder starts in 3 days. Because I'm gonna have to be competing already, because that's just the way the system EA kind of made. But anyways, these are the tactics I'm gonna start off with and been messing around with. You guys can feel free to copy them, and we can just kind of go about that. It's gonna be pretty similar to last year, and I will edit them and stuff, and I will update you guys as quick as possible. But I don't want to lie to you guys and be like, this is the best thing in the game. I have no idea. The game literally came out officially today. So anyways, let's get straight into it. So 4-4-2, pretty standard tactics, right? This is going to be very difficult to defend. I'm also going to be talking and letting you guys know about a lot of stuff that I've noticed in all the games that I have played so far. It is very difficult to defend this year, especially dragging players out of position. So 4-4-2 is a little bit tough because it's usually a little bit more aggressive and kind of you want to pull players out of position a little bit to be kind of more aggressive and get the ball higher. Well, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying through balls are super overpowered and pace is very heavy. But this formation is always, as always, so good attacking late, right? You got crazy attack with the left mids, right mids, right? You got that width, and then the two strikers is honestly so good this year. However, it does not have CDMs, obviously, right? 4-4-2 does not have the CDMs. But I also haven't tried 4-4-2, the second variation. I never really like it, though. However, it might be different this year. The center mids this year kind of glitched. So what do I mean by that? Every time I've played with center mids, they kind of just go all the way up the field, even on holding, which isn't necessarily that much of an issue, except it becomes a massive issue when you play a formation that has a cam. Because their cam is completely alone constantly, and they can just move up the field, and the only way you can press the cam is to move a center back out of position. But because through balls are so overpowered, they slot that through ball in, and if they have Mbappe, Dembele, or even like a Gyökeres or Isak, which I've played and are monsters, by the way, they're going to cook you. So, you know, be a little bit careful with that. It's pretty standard formations, though. Inside forward, you always want to have fullback defend because, again, you don't want to get caught on the wings because players are so fast and through balls are so good. So you want to have fullback defend. I like to have box to box and holding. It doesn't matter which one. If you want to do this one holding and this one box to box, doesn't actually matter. That's up to you. It's preference. I personally prefer it actually this way. I had it backwards. I prefer it this way. But onto the more important formations. I think 4-2-3-1 is honestly the best one. I just don't have the team for it. I don't have a cam right now. I'm just using untradeable players because I'm trying to be liquid because I want to get Mbappe, everything and stuff ready for Pro Ladder. But this formation, I think, is the best, in my opinion, so far that I've played. It has the CDMs. It's very attacking. And the left mid cam, right mid helps so much on defense as well. So it always clutters it. It's very good defensively. And then on offense, it's very good. And you obviously have that cam, so you'll cook anybody who doesn't have CDMs in their formation and has center mids. And then also just in general, it's really nice to have a cam who has good passing. Incisive pass is massive. You're going to need that. And just playing those through passes down the wing, playing that width. Again, I like to have deep line playmaker and one holding. So one goes up the field a little bit more and one kind of stays back a little bit more as like a passing option, and also just to kind of help you on defense, mostly against the cam of your opponent who will probably also have a cam, right? We have fullback defend, and on both of them, obviously for the exact same reasons as the other formations, you're going to notice the defenders don't really change in terms of their tactics. And again, inside forward, you want that on the left mid, and you want inside forward on the right mid. Shadow striker is kind of like a preference thing. I don't like half winger, and I don't really like classic 10 either. I think shadow striker is good. Don't get me wrong. I just personally, with the way I play, and I also think that the cam is mostly important for not running into the box, but it's mostly important because you want to play those through passes to the left mid and the right mid, and just kind of carry the ball up the field, and even kind of be very good at dribbling and playing, you know, your striker. And also just like when you play your striker, if he's on shadow striker, you play the striker and he's probably going to try to just kind of run through. I prefer to have the striker and my cam kind of stay here, so I actually have somebody to pass the ball back and then maybe find the left mid or the right mid getting the inside on the fullback. However, if it's on shadow striker and they just make that run and I don't play that pass because it's not always on, then I'm kind of just stuck and then I just lose the ball. So personally, that's why I like playmaker for most of the formations when I'm using cam. And also if I wanted to make a run, I could just trigger them. L1, super easy, right? We'll make another video on that for this year, but super easy. And obviously the 4-2-1-3. I haven't actually used this formation, but if you want 4-2-1-3 tactics, these are the tactics for 4-2-1-3. These are the ones I used last year, and it pretty much is the same thing for against the defenders and the CDM, same thing. This one's just more wide, and the left wing and right wing probably aren't going to help on defense as much as the 4-2-3-1 wide. But yeah, this formation sucks. I hate this formation. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I don't play it. But it probably is going to be very good just because it has the CDMs, and I can't see it being a bad formation, especially with how strong the formation was last year. And there are a lot of similarities in this game to last year. While there are a lot of different changes, the kind of core gameplay is still kind of same, especially with like positioning and stuff for the most part, for like attacking and stuff. And also just the through passes. This is the literal definition of a counterattack formation. And this game is kind of tailored towards counterattack. So yeah, I mean, there's no way this formation is just bad. So that, and lastly, right, last but not least, we got the 4-4-1-1. Now, I know I said the center mids are a little bit of an issue, but this formation is so good attacking. So good attacking. It's also just really good to kind of, you know, hold possession, and you just have so many midfielders. And this is the thing, right? When people have the CDM and the cam, I know the cam drops a lot more this year, but when you have these three midfielders constantly going up the field, right? Like I told you, the center mids go up the field so much. That means you're attacking with 6 players, right? You're just leaving your back four back, but you're attacking with 6 players, 3 in the middle, right? So you're usually outnumbering the CDMs, and you have the striker in between the center backs. You just have so many passing options. And then if you don't want to play through the middle because it's congested or you're losing the ball a lot, you got the left mid and you got the right mid. I think this formation is just so good for attack, despite what EA is telling me. EA is telling me my formation is not that good at attack, but it's lying, right? I don't know what this little web thing in the bottom is here, but it is very good attacking. Don't listen to what EA is telling you here. It's probably one of the best attacking formations, especially because it doesn't have the CDMs, right? And the left mid and right mid, of course, for the width is very good. You can find the extra pass play and the corner play if you guys are new to the channel. We talked about it last year a lot. We're going to talk about it a lot this year as well. You'll probably see it in the next video. But getting into the corner, finding those cutback passes, finding that extra pass is super important, which is why I think you need a left mid and right mid this year. Notice how in all of the formations that I have shown you guys, I don't actually show any formation that does not have a left wing or does not have a left mid or right mid. The reason is because every time I've used a narrow formation, I get like kind of cooked because the middle is still so congested, right? And don't get me wrong, quick passing is really good this year. It is. But when you don't have the option to go wide, it gets tough. There was one formation. I did win a draft with it. It was the 4-3-1-2. I'm pretty sure that was the formation. But that formation isn't bad, right? However, it's just the people that are overlapping are your center mids. So if you're getting into overlap positions and it's your center mids, they're not going to be too good at dribbling. They're not going to be the game changers, right? I think I had Valverde when I was playing, right? And it's like, you know, this girl, she might be really good, but even then, she's got 75 shooting. And if you're going to play the width, usually you have a shot across body. You don't really want someone with 75 shooting to take that shot. Maybe they do have high shooting, but they have really low agility, right? I don't think I have a center mid that has like higher shooting on my bench per se. But even here, Bergvall, right? He looks really good, and he's what a center mid kind of should be, right? He's got that incisive. He's got the play style we want, but he's got 70 shooting. So it's like if I'm playing this formation, I have these 2 center mids going down the line and being kind of my options of width because I have the 1 cam and 2 strikers, right? It's not too good, and his dribbling isn't that good either, right? It's not going to be a forward and going down, right? Maybe later on, narrow formations will be a little bit better once the power curve kind of is a lot higher and you got people with icons at center mid, like really high tier icons, really box-to-box players like Mateos. But until then, it's not going to be too viable. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what tactics you're rocking, what formations you guys have been rocking. It's obviously still day 1, but this is what I've been experimenting with. This is what I've been playing with, and I'll let you guys know and keep you guys updated as we go through Pro Ladder and qualify to the Pro events. I'll keep you guys updated as to what we are using and what kind of little tactic changes I will be making. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.